Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafts with Mike, and today we've got the next instalment of this lovely dinosaur, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, we're going to be doing a second coat here today. I haven't worked on this for quite some time due to a lack of paint, and someone very kindly gifted me some paint. Now, the nearest bottle I've got to this colour will probably be that. So I'm going to go over it again with this black and this brown, and it's called Kavarengi. So this is Kavarengi, and we're just going to try and do it up a bit. And yeah, so I'm going to be doing a splodge of that, and oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, because this is quite nice. I quite like that. So what we'll do is we're just going to basically go over it a bit more. It is a shame because I quite like the muscle tone on this. It's quite cool. So we're just going to give it a lovely second coat. Now, this should be the only coat we need for this. If it needs a third coat, we'll have to do that. That's no problem at all. So I'm going to go right into these little parts here as best we can here, because there's no reason why that part can't be done either. We'll get that around there. But yeah, it's another, there is a logo here, but I'm gonna just paint over that. It is another hot day here in the United Kingdom. So yeah, oh look at that, isn't that lovely? You can just stroke it down and flick. So yeah, brilliant, fantastic. So yeah, I really want to try and get this onto a second coat now. So if I find any more of these kits, I know we've got a Simba one we did, weren't it? So that lion cub needs to be done as well, but we can do that at some point as well, because that needs to have a bit of a finish up. I didn't get a chance to do the gnome this week, so I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. Sorry, last week. So I'm going to try and do that tomorrow if I can. That looks already a lot better, and I it's hard to tell, but I reckon that we won't need a third coat on this, because that seems to be coming along quite nicely. So I've got to try and figure out where I can hold here. So he's going to give me a helping hand, look. I don't really know why I gave it black claws. I might go over that. Probably was having a mad 5 minutes. So that's one side. I mean, it's going to look a little bit patchy, but I would like to give him a bit up the top here. Now I'm going to be changing the tongue of this, and probably down to the nasal cavity, so I don't want to go too far ahead, but yeah. So that one's going to have a little bit of persuasion. I'm going to do his arms in brown as well. I can't see why you would not leave them brown. He has claws, but really would like to keep it all brown if I can. This is a gorgeous colour that we're working on, and this is called a Kavarengi brown apparently. So yeah, it's pretty good. So I'm going to see how that goes. I think that's drying already. Trouble is, with it being wet paint, the more you go over it, it's going to wash it off. So what I want to do is just quickly sort of turn this around as best I can. Oh, doesn't that look nice? It looks like he's got like muscles showing, and it is a real shame. Shall I leave it like half and half? No, I can't. It won't. It will drive me insane if I don't match it. So yeah, that's gorgeous. I really like that. What a lovely colour. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this all brown. I think I don't really want to give it any different parts there. I'm not very good with doing it for skin tone, and that's really why I sort of bought these projects. Some things I will give it just a coating up. Oh, it's a bit of a dollop. Other things I just like to give it a bit of colour. Other things I might give it a little bit of skin tone if I'm good at that. I mean, I tried to give the gnome skin tone and it went horribly wrong. It turned far too pink, so I can correct it, I think. I don't know how I will correct it, but obviously I'd have to get a paint stripper to strip off the dark coloured pink so that I could paint a little bit lighter on there, because pink and white is supposed to create like a skin tone colour. So I think I did a little bit too much pink. I mean, to be fair with the works, they don't really give you an awful lot of paints, so I think if you're gonna get something like this, your money's probably in the actual statue, and 10 times out of 10 you think you're getting a great deal and you've got to buy more. So which reminds me, I have a 70p credit to use up, because I got there's this thing that you can get called a Together Rewards card, and yeah, it's quite good. I mean, you might not get anything, you might not get it each month if you don't shop with them, but yeah. I'm really pleased to be able to get a little bit more done on this actually, so it's quite lovely. So I reckon we'll paint up here as well. I want to have it all looking the same colour. Now obviously down here, because we've not done the inner thigh before yet, we're probably going to have to go over with another coat of that, and we'll just do the pelvis area there and just get a bit of that done. We need to go into the other thigh there, but I don't know why I've done black feet. I need to change that because it don't look right. So what I love about this paint as well is that they dry really quick. So the only trouble we might have is that this base colour, this whitey sort of colour, I don't think I'm going to have, I don't think I've got enough of that to do, but we'll have to try and figure out how to mix it, because we've got a shop over here called B&Q, and you can mix the paint to make it look like a thing. I really do feel that this is going to need several coats, because you can already see on the other part here, I've painted all that side and already it's starting to seep through, and it's made it look like he's straining his muscles. And you see these parts here, these little black lines, that looks like a muscle vein. So yeah, this already tells me that we've got to go over this several times, which is a shame, but I enjoy painting the first coat because you can see it all being covered up, but doing the second coat is quite aggravating, because it doesn't matter how much you slap on, it always seems to need like another coat. So yeah. Quite happy with that, I think. It's looking pretty good. Just do a little smidge in there. I don't want to go too close to his foot, because I'm debating whether I should leave that to match his eye there, but definitely over here and stuff, we will definitely again, I've got to be careful here, because I want to do that tongue a different colour. I really would like to give him a pink tongue, if I can. It's a little bit thick. Right, I'm going to have a change of brush here, because we've reached a stage where it's a little bit on the delicate side here. We have got a nostril there, which I'd like to do a different colour as well. So I've got to be careful where I paint here. imagine all them eagle moss statues that they would have to hand paint. If anyone don't know what eagle moss is, it used to be a part work company, and a part work is, say, like you could build a model and each week you'll get parts for that model, hence the word part work. But one of the things they used to do was, just get around there a bit. Oh yes, 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 yes. One of the things they used to do was it was the like little figures, Marvel figures, for example. So yeah, they did do quite a lot. It's just really annoying because I've gone over that twice now and it's still seeping through, so something is clearly wrong with this paint. I don't think it's the paint, I think it's because it's such a white colour that we're going to have to go over several different times. So we'll get there. See that? I think I'm safe to go on that part there, so that'd be good. I always try to keep the same way because otherwise we're going to have different directions of the paint here, but let me just see if I can do a bit up there. Where is that nostril section? I don't know where that's gone, but I'll try and get around there a bit. Ooh, gone a little bit over that eye, but that's fine because I can go over with that with the black. A black is quite easy to cover up things, so yeah. I mean, I might go over that brown a bit. It's a little bit going into the tear duct there, so yeah, that looks fine. I think that just goes around here a bit. If we keep that there, I reckon I'll just put a splash just there, because what I'm going to try and do is keep these teeth white and then put a pink tone in there if I can. So yeah, I think we'll do a bit of the background here as well. That's why you always sort of have to be careful where you're painting, because you need to have a section where you can hold it while you paint. So, yes. So, I mean, obviously it looks a bit darker than it was, but I'm still getting, as you can see, like, there's a lot, it's got this sort of red feel to it, so it could be that it needs to go over again, you know, and we'll have to keep going over and over and over and over until we get rid of all this redness coming through. I don't know what's making it look red, to be fair. But yeah, we're going to have to go over this quite a lot of times, I reckon. I reckon another 3 to 5 coats on this, because we need to cover up all this, you know, red side for it. But it does look like a very angry dinosaur with the dark black eyes and then the black foot, and then this hand looks like he's just going to go for a punch, you know. So I'm just going to try and take that up a little bit. Oh, my hand's shaking. I'll do that because that's where the nostril is, you see. So, although on this side I can't really see where it is, so I'm going to take that around there. I'm going to assume it looks like it's round about there where that little indentation is. That's fine. if need be, what I can do, I'll cover that one up, and then if need be, what I can do is I'll match it to that, and I'll put like a different indentation. I'll give him a black nostril there. But yeah, I think we're going to have to let that dry now, and then we can establish how many more coats we need on this. So obviously this is quite a fast-paced drying paint. As you can see already, it's starting to dry, but obviously I do like to give it the full 24 hours as well. We will be looking into a company called Acid Drop. I don't know if they still exist, but if not, then I'll try a different company, because they do these wonderful things. You get like all these different drops of paint, and I quite like the idea of that, so we might give that a go. But yeah, I don't know, maybe. I'm not 100% sure on Acid Drop yet, but maybe. But anyway, if I play around with this anymore, it's going to look like Fireblood. But as you can see, it's just, I don't know why we're getting that red colour come through. It's quite aggravating, but it's looking, I don't know at the moment, because it's aggravating me with that red. But we'll give it 24 hours and see what we can do. If it needs a third coat, we'll have to do a third coat. But anyway, please remember to like, share, subscribe. I don't know if this is still with the works. Their stock goes so quick, and they're always coming in and getting rid of old things. But just to give you a look at the fairy, the fairies come out quite gorgeous. I mean, it might need a third coat, but I think that's come out pretty nice. So yeah, so what are we on tomorrow? Wednesday tomorrow. We might be going back to, no, we need to try and do a gnome. So until then, please remember to like, share, subscribe, tap the bell if you want to be notified of all the videos that I do. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel and getting a project like this for yourself. Take care, guys. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.